So we were talking about materials, and to recap or maybe to add to what we have not discussed so far, we have the whole vendor development system, vendor analysis system for the materials part. We vendors are suppliers, so we have to assess those vendors. We have to appraise those vendors, whether they can meet our quality requirements, whether they have their track record is good, whether they will get good credit for them from them, whether they have the necessary certification. So we look at all that. We might also have to develop vendors for some special parts which are not available in the market. We also can discuss value engineering and value analysis, VE and VA, with the vendors. Value engineering is when he's supplying a part but we don't need those features, so we can ask him to reduce those features or knock out those features so his cost goes down, so he can sell it to us cheaper, keeping the same profit margin, and our job is done. We don't need those extra features. That is engineering at the design stage when we are discussing the part requirement with him. Analysis is after the supply stage. Once he has been supplying to us, we can go to him and say, look, we need to analyze this part and you can remove those extra features. Basically the same engineering part concept, but happens after the supply has happened, so it takes some time after the fact. So we have talked about that. We also have to do PPC and scheduling, production planning and control and scheduling, so that in consultation with the requirements of the marketing and sales people, so that we can take production and to supply the requirements of the customers, and to see to it that the material is available, material is loaded properly, the machines and manpower is not idle. So that is PPC, and again can be done through software and tools of that sort which are available. There is also a software called MRP, Materials Requirement Planning, which takes care of the supply side and material side, the quantity part of it. The whole process is known as supply chain management, where we are looking at the whole supplier base. Some people supply raw materials, for some we are getting job work done outside. There is contract manufacturing. So that is the supply chain management aspect of it. In inventory, we also have to look at, as mentioned, inventory has a cost. Carrying inventory will be expensive. Not carrying inventory will have stock out costs when we don't have enough inventory, so we are unable to meet the requirements of our customers. So that has to be balanced. The other thing is bulk discounts or quantity discounts. When suppliers offer, if we buy more from suppliers, they offer us discounts. That again goes against inventory. If we buy more, inventory goes up, so inventory carrying cost goes up. But then the temptation is that we can get it at a cheaper price if we buy in bulk. So again, that has to be a consideration, that has to be factored into how much inventory to order and to carry. So we have basically discussed the materials aspect of the quantity aspect of materials management. The other aspect is, and of course, just-in-time system was pioneered by Toyota car manufacturers, which is basically about zero inventory, trying to reduce inventory. You place order on your suppliers only when you need inventory, and it is such a streamlined process that you order only when you want. He supplies instantly, so the whole process practically runs on zero inventory, but that's a very difficult feat to achieve. So everybody has not been able to do it successfully. The idea is to control or reduce the inventory costs, which Toyota has pioneered. And Toyota has pioneered a lot of concepts in manufacturing and in quality also. Moving from the materials, the quantity part of materials, we go to the quality part of materials. We have to look at quality control. Earlier, the concept was inspection and quality control. Now the concept is quality assurance. We make sure that we get good quality. Once the product is made, you can't do anything. You have to send it for rework and rejects and all that. So you have already made a bad product or defective product. So either you have to scrap it or you have to rework it. There is already a cost of quality. But if you ensure that you get good raw materials, your in process is proper, so you put quality checks at the incoming stage during the process, then the finished goods will be defect free. So there is quality assurance, ensuring that quality is good. So you have to take in, if garbage comes in, garbage goes out. So essentially you have proper inspection and quality control at the raw material stage. You control the process when the production process, so that there are no defects. So eventually your finished goods are going to be good. You also need to have proper sampling for that, whether you will be able to inspect 100% of all the raw materials, and everything will be inspected for quality. All the supplies that you get, all the parts that you get, will you be able to inspect 100% of them for whether it meets quality requirements or not, or you do sampling? So you have to have statistical quality control to arrive at a proper sample size. Similarly for work in process, similarly for finished goods, whether you do 100% inspection or you do some sampling. So that is SQC, statistical quality control. So quality control has become quality assurance, and which of course involves quality control and inspection. Again, a lot of work on quality was done by Japanese people. American experts like Juran and Deming went to Japan, and they were embraced by the Japanese manufacturers. And and Japan led the revolution in quality once upon a time. And car manufacturers like Toyota were also pretty good at this. They espoused several concepts in quality. The whole TQM, total quality management movement, came from Japan, which talks about small improvements in small step like Kaizen, 5S, improving simple things like improving housekeeping, reducing wastage, and making quality a part of everything that you do, not only the product part, but quality in all the aspects of the organization. So total quality management embraces not only the product or the QC or QA department, but the entire organization. So that was also pioneered by the Japanese people, which was very popular once upon a time. Recently, the GE and Jack Welch introduced the concept of Six Sigma. Sigma is standard deviation in statistics. It seems that nature has got some limitations on how much we can do. We can't have 100% zero defects kind of a thing. There are bound to be some errors. So what one can practically achieve is some sort of a Six Sigma level of quality. That is something like 99 point something percentage, not 100%. That is a natural limit. Statistically, nature itself has put some limits on how much we can achieve. And that roughly translates to 3.4 parts per million. If you make 1 million pieces, 3.4 parts are bad, that is okay. Going below that is difficult. So that is Six Sigma, the highest level of quality, defect-free products that you can achieve. So Jack Welch and GE, General Electric, pioneered this concept of Six Sigma and how to achieve Six Sigma in the organization. That was also very popular, has been popular. Quality control and quality assurance also deals with certification. There is product quality certification like BIS, Indian standards, German standards, and product itself, whether it meets quality criteria, so that it helps in exporting, or the customer buys product only if it is certified with a certain quality. There are system quality standards like ISO. So lots of standards and certifications and awards are available in the field of quality. So you have to look at that to find customer acceptance, even for exports and all that. Toyota even took the concept of lean manufacturing, how to produce quickly single minute die exchange, SMED, where you can quickly turn around things, you can quickly schedule things. There is zero wastage, there is zero time wasted, material handling is reduced, inventory is reduced, costs are reduced. So that is the lean concept, where the production becomes very efficient. That is a lean concept which has been pioneered by Japanese companies, especially Toyota. So it has revolutionized manufacturing in certain areas, in materials, inventory part, as well as the quality part, the efficiency and the cost part. So we'll be continuing this discussion later on. Thank you.